Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, my name's Michael,
My name's Cleve.
and welcome back to another exciting episode of Friendship
Supreme.
Without Stephanie underneath us, like I just get thrown off every time.
I was gonna say,
really
did you forget where we were?
Yeah, I forgot how to do it.
Just two guys talking, you know.
We're the podcast that dares to ask: do all things that glitter are all things that glitter gold?
No.
Smash Mouth would have you think otherwise. I think.
Oh man,
What are we talking about?
they worked in there twice, didn't they?
They did. They made sure that you knew that song was a part of it twice. You know, that song was a part of a lot of movies then.
I had forgotten. Like, I didn't forget, but I was like, oh yeah, okay, they played Smash Mouth. We're talking Mystery Men today.
The music video is the Mystery, like they use Mystery Men references.
Do they?
Yeah. Like him pushing the bus to save the kids is supposed to be like Mr. Furious, and I think the bowler shows up in it at some point.
The music video.
Yeah. For
I
Smash Mouth.
thought you were saying there were words in the song.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
That referenced the movie. I was like, what?
Yeah, no, my bad. No. They didn't go that deep.
Yeah, no, because I don't know when we're posting this one, but it is off of Netflix April 30th, which feels like a weird thing to do. But sure.
Yeah, why not?
Typically when Netflix gets something, it get it, you know? Why who wants this movie back?
They cycle things
1st.
in and out. I think that they pay money for a certain amount of time, and they're just not willing to re-up it.
I guess that's fair. Unless it does good, and then it can come back.
Yeah.
So what was your memory of this movie, and what did you experience at the age of 32?
So I had a very positive memory of this movie because it was silly. It had Kel in it, which already wins me over as a kid.
I know it does. You Good Burger Man.
At one point, at the very end of it, he says, "We're the super dudes," and I always felt that was a reference back to Good Burger. I liked it as a kid, but I also liked the song All Star by Smash Mouth as a kid. So, like, you can ding me a score or whatever. I remember thinking it was well done. Like, I just remember thinking, like, this is a good superhero movie. Looking back on it now as a 32-year-old, I think it's fantastic, but I think it's still fantastic. I think it's fantastic for different reasons. I think that I see it more as like the satire that I think it was supposed to be when it came out.
Right.
About like superheroes and how ridiculous some of them are. Mainly like Captain Amazing and the idea of like sponsorship for superheroes and kind of the same thing.
The logo on his uniform.
The same thing that like the Boys is really kind of jabbing at the idea of.
That's what this felt like to me. Was like
Boys.
The Boys before the Boys were the Boys, you know? Because I don't know if you knew this. I found out this is based on a comic book. Like
super loosely, Carrot Head, I believe. Amazing Flaming Carrot Head. Flaming Carrot Head, that's what it was. I knew it was something like loosely based on yeah. But I mean,
they say it's not enough to where if you're like, I need more Mystery Men, that you could read it and feel satisfied. In fact, Captain Amazing is supposed to be Flaming Carrot, but they were like, Flaming Carrot's a little too wild. Let's not even go that route.
Yeah, and I'm not sure because I've never read the Flaming Carrot, but
nope.
I'm not sure how much material was pulled, but I do know that on multiple occasions from the things I read, like it was super loosely, like anything that was real loose. Okay,
so we can go over each character, but I would like to know who was your favorite character.
Well, it was obviously CeeLo and the Goody Boy.
It's a weird cameo.
The whole Goody Boys. It's
Yeah.
just the four of them. They're like, yeah, we're gonna be in this.
One of them, I swear to me, looked like Marshawn Lynch. And I was like, is that fucking Marshawn Lynch? And I immediately went to the internet like, is this Marshawn Lynch? Also, just a random weird Easter egg. Michael Bay.
Yeah, the frat boy. Yeah.
Why is Michael Bay here?
Yeah. Because why not?
That's fair.
I enjoy, like, I just think there was a lot of well done things. My favorite character, God,
say the right one, man. Don't mess us up.
I think it's gotta be the Blue Raja, and here's why. I think that Hank Azaria played this character so well, and the idea that, like, here's this dorky kid that just lives with his mom and is like, I want to still be a superhero, and
this boy, man,
he's created some imaginary character that is, someone that throws forks and sometimes spoons, but he couldn't throw knives because he's not stabbing, man.
I guess
when he said that cracked me
up. He's like,
man.
if you know your history, it makes sense. Don't worry about it.
And I just really like Hank Azaria. I don't know. I think he's a talented guy. Or Tony P and Tony C, because those are fantastic characters. Eddie Izzard.
Yeah, those are really good characters.
The boys.
They were so over the. Not that everything wasn't over the top, but man, they really did well with those characters.
I just loved it so much.
Mine was, and I had forgotten how much I love this person until I started watching this again. Janine Garoppolo, to me, was.
Who did Janine Garoppolo play? Why am I?
She's the bowler.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I can't place the name to a face. Yeah.
No, she's one of the few names in this I remember.
The fucking, like, the psychotic talking to your dad in a bowling ball.
Like William Macy, I have to look him up every time because
William H. Macy is the best.
I just never remember his name. But
the shoveler.
Yeah,
he gets home and she's like, their son needs the catcher vest this weekend. And he's like, well, I bought it. It's mine too. She gives him that look. Like, man, yeah, no, this whole movie, I really still enjoy it a lot.
What is his wife's name? I kicking myself for not knowing, but she's just as famous, but not in this, obviously. Hold on, let me see. I'll have to look up fucking Blackish to remember before I do this. Because she's obviously more prominent. Yes. I could, her name was escaping me. But yeah, they just gave him the best wife that they could for sassing a husband. Like,
and I love that, like, no part of it ever had a 70s/80s feel except for her for some reason.
Yeah.
She gave a real, like, 70s housewife vibe, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, no real explanation of that.
Yeah, I don't understand what, but I don't think the only character that was tough for me to deal with, the spleen.
Yeah,
and I like Paul Rubin. I think that Paul Rubin gets a bad rap for certain things that he did, and it is what it is.
What's funny is I think the spleen is one of the actual characters from the comic that came over.
Oh, I believe it.
Like one of the few characters that came over. I have a great little tidbit for your boy Kel, the Invisible Boy. Do you know this story about the Invisible Boy?
Was he really naked? Did he actually show his bits? Is that
no? So the flaming carrot was supposed to be Captain Amazing, and it was that was a replacement because they felt like it was too crazy to come over from the comic to the movie. Invisible Boy is the only character with no comic book counterpart. So he was created by Bob Burden, who's the writer, while drunk, joking around.
It's a fantastic concept. The idea that this kid can only turn invisible if nobody's looking at him and he doesn't see himself.
Including himself. Which is stupid.
And what a perfect, like, the only chance we have to prove that this works is that some magic fucking eye will incinerate you if you get seen by it. And I love just the gusto on the character that he's just like, you know what, fuck it, this is my chance, and he just starts walking slowly, talking about how he's invisible.
For the shoveler, everybody's like, no, and the shoveler's like, yeah, kid, you got this. What?
Because William H. Macy don't give a fuck. He's like, people could die on our watch. I don't care.
Whatever. It's either that or I eat this potato salad.
The fucking potato salad. The speech was fit. See, I'm telling you, the whole movie, it just holds up. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of like, oh god, it's the 90s, and like, yeah, this is fucking stupid. But like, the premise of that movie really still sticks with me to the core. Like the fucking tornado in a can.
Yeah.
Like the weird shit. Like that was like,
I mean, that graphic,
of weird comic shit.
Those graphics didn't hold up, but
no. So better than Twister.
We've kind of, well, that's fair. We've kind of been all over the place, but this movie is about a group of people who are, it's scarily close to when we reviewed Superheroes, the documentary.
Oh, it is the same thing.
About these normal people who just want to be heroes, and some have powers, and some swing a shovel, and some get
some
moderately
rage
angry.
Takes over. I love that when he like rage takes over. He goes, "Yeah, no, we've heard that. Like, no, this time it really is taking over." And it's like, "Oh, okay."
You know, Ben Stiller almost directed this and was like, "No, it's okay." And Janine Garoppolo, the bowler, was like, "I don't want to do this." And then she heard that William H. Macy and Jeffrey Rush, the Casanova Frankenstein, which is a fantastic villain name. Once she heard that they signed on, she was like, yeah. Give me some of that. But we talked about your the Invisible Boy a little bit. Janine, man, it was. So I found out that her talking to the bowling ball was all her. Like they were like,
it was just brilliant too.
They were like, just say what you're thinking, or just say whatever comes to mind. And some of it was fucking gold. Like when she got his revenge on the guy that killed him, and she was like, "Now I get to go back to grad school." That was the deal. We discussed this ahead of time.
As they're walking away, she's like, "Yeah, we know. We all saw you save the world.
You saved the day."
God damn, dude.
Because the first time she does it, and this character also proves the existence of paranormal activity, and nobody seems to mind.
Well, there's actual superpowers in this world because Captain Amazing exists, and
yeah, but so Captain Amazing also, did he have powers? Because to me, he just had a jetpack and could fight.
Maybe that's fair. He's just organized, much more organized than
Yeah,
because when he fought the Red Eye Gang, shit went down easily for him.
Successful is what it was.
Yeah.
They just didn't have the gusto. But I'm looking at all the characters. Invisible Boy, I guess, counts.
He does have a power, and the spleen. As much as I hate him, does
that count? You just pass.
He assassinates people with his ass. He assassinates people, and it's fucking brilliant. When he gets shot in the ass, he's like, I'm hit. I can't feel it. And then Kel's like, "Is your power still good?" He goes, "I don't know, let's check." And they take out the entire Susie gang.
He's like, after he gets done.
He said, "That'll do."
Yeah, that was the worst character. That also
this movie way
sounds
more
exactly like Sid the Sloth.
Yeah. Wait, does Paul Rubin play Sid the Sloth?
No, it's John Leguizamo.
Oh, that's right.
But it's the same voice. And when he started talking, I was like, "Oh my god, it's a fucking sloth." Yeah,
I think that second least favorite character was Ben Stiller's character.
You think so?
I remember as a kid, he was one of my favorites because obviously I said that was my power too. Right. You just get angry. But when he's like, the girl's like, "Just tell me what your real name is," and he's like, "Dark, Phoenix Dark."
Phoenix Dark, yeah.
Dirk. It was Dirk, and then it's Phoenix, and then
Yeah, he was. What's funny is I had forgotten this was early Ben Stiller. He had been in like 3 movies before this, and one of them was popular. The other 2 were like indie movies. It was There's Something About Mary was his first big thing, and then he
Right.
did this. Like it's weird, especially knowing what he's gone on to do. That Mystery Men was one of his top resume listings, which of
No,
course did not do well in the box office.
horribly. I
But of
think it
course
still is received terribly.
I feel like some people really dig
Really?
it now. Yeah, cult following. Like, well, Samurai Cop. So
Fuck, Samurai God, man.
okay, so Blue Raja. I could sadly take or leave. I know you enjoyed
No,
him.
yeah.
To me, he could have not been part of the movie, and I feel like the movie would have just kept rolling. The biggest thing he did was the forks at the end, so that Ben Stiller could climb a wall. It's a ladder. It's just a ladder.
Um, yeah. I enjoyed when his mom was like super accepting of it, and she's just like,
Yeah.
Can you do the accent again?" And he does a British accent for her.
And she's like, cheerio. And he's like, I do have to go. I do enjoy the idea of him like completely making a new character for the superhero though. Like I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing an accent, I'm doing it big. The bowler who we talked about, who I enjoyed greatly, and the only girl on the team, which is a nice difference. Because they almost got Dane Cook. So
I was there. I have a big question for you. Like, my biggest question is: had they hired somebody else from the auditions, who would you have wanted them to hire? Was it Pencil Boy?
Yeah, but only Pencil Boy.
Only Pencil Boy, not Dad.
Not the Dad. No, he can stay back. The Shoveler, who also doesn't really have a power.
He's really good with shovels,
bro. That's like the people who could swing the signs around. It's impressive. It's not a superpower.
You know what? You put a metal hat in their hands, and it is.
I don't think they got the same mechanics with it.
I've made a lot of Kung Lao references in the last day.
Okay.
Anyways,
Invisible Boy, who we talked about, Spleen, Furious, Phoenix, who is played by Wes Studden, who
the Sphinx.
Yeah, what did I say?
Phoenix. I'm just making sure.
Sphinx. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Who is best known for Last of the Mohicans and Dances with Wolves. I think he's pretty great because he is a very well-known, well-casted Cherokee American actor. And I think that's amazing. Because it's not like,
not common.
Hollywood shows a ton.
They don't. Sphinx and Spleen, too close for me, because Sphinx, I kept wanting to say sphincter. And that's, a name that the Spleen could have had.
It could have definitely been, especially because he didn't really do anything Sphinxy.
Right.
Definitely could have been a better name. But I do
way
appreciate
cooler.
Not leaning into the Native American thing.
Yeah.
It could have been like fucking Nightwolf.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yikes.
Like Mortal Kombat did.
That's fair, I guess.
Or what was the Marvel one? Thunderbird, some shit?
That feels right. It was racist, whatever it was.
Yes, it was.
No, I like I said, I think it was a good movie as far as like I think that it was very satirical. It was, mocking a lot of things. I loved the shit out of the Disco Boys. All the little side gangs, the furries, Furies,
Nope, furries.
Is it furries or Furies?
I think it's Furies, but we're going with furries now.
Okay. And how we used a shrink gun on their clothes.
Yeah.
And then, weird. Roy at the time, Mr. Furious had to sit there and go, my pants are getting tighter too.
Even though he was super sad about his whole situation.
Yeah.
Not then though.
No, he was happy about that. The Susies, which weren't used as much, the frat boys who got killed by Casanova himself. But no, I think all the characters were interesting characters. It wasn't too outlandish, other than the graphics on. I really enjoy the switch scene, the lever scene. Like he's like flip it. Like,
Okay, so
right?
how
But
many times rotations total do you mean?
when he's just like 7, like I need because it was that Greg Kinnear.
Yeah.
I need
Okay.
Greg Kinnear to take that shit way more seriously. Like,
Are you counting the previous 2 I've done or 7 more?
because
Like, hey, moron, just do it.
well, I'm like, if like, hey, I need you to do a certain sequence, like, I'm gonna need you to pay the fuck attention to this.
Well, he was kind of a terrible person. He
He
was like
was
pushing
terrible. I
kids out of
wasn't
the
sad
way.
about him dying.
He's taking a picture of the baby and then throwing him off.
Yeah.
So apparently, in my researching, Janine Garofalo wasn't told that Captain Amazing's arm was going to fall off when she checked the pulse, and so it genuinely scared the shit out of her. So take that information with you. Yeah, man, because I am a fan of her and just other things that she's done, because she's a really good comedic actress and comedian. But yeah, I've forgotten how well she'd done. She, to me, stole a lot of the scenes. Like I would also say Kel. Kel was one that wasn't a prominent character but stole a lot of scenes.
When he brings them in, he's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm going upstairs with a bunch of strange men."
Yeah, and Dad's just super cool with it.
Man, you know what the
So-
next movie I'm gonna make us watch is Ready to Rumble. It's another one that I had held fondly.
I can see that.
I'm real curious how it goes down.
Let me give you this one little tidbit. Would the movie have been better if it would have been directed and starred Danny DeVito? Would you like to know what character Danny DeVito was supposed to play?
I hope the Sphinx.
No.
Who?
The Shoveler.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
I know. Can you imagine getting that uppity speech from him?
God, that would have been awful. I like Danny DeVito, but I think he's got very specific things.
It wouldn't
he
have
needs
been
to do.
right for him. No, not at all.
No, William H. Macy is a family man, and I think that was what really sold that.
It held him well, yeah. That's my dad, little boy.
The wife was like, "That's my hero." I loved it. Like, I don't know, it was fucking cheesy and hokey, but I liked it all. I love that movie.
Was there anything in this movie that you didn't enjoy? Well, I know you said the spleen, but like, is there a scene? Because there's one scene that I was like, we could have.
Okay, so here's the reason I didn't like the spleen, and this again, I don't think it's the character's fault. I don't think it's Paul Rubin's fault. I think it's that costume design said, "How can we make this character look absolutely grotesque?" His power was already gross or whatever, but like, we didn't need to put boils all over this man's face and make him fucking wheezing and shit and like just look absolutely like a piece of garbage.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
My least favorite part, and I'm sure it was funny to most people, was the junket scene.
What's the junket scene?
Where we see Ben Stiller at his job, and it's the stupid bus thing they use in the end, and his boss is like, junket. And he's like, "No, you can't just junkie." She's like, junket.
Yeah.
And then he goes out and starts punching it.
Wasn't super comical to you at the time, man? I feel my scene, if I could delete one scene from this whole movie, is the skunk scene. Where the spleen and Invisible Boy are out, and a skunk comes out and just humps the spleen's leg. And don't get me wrong, it was funny when Kel was like, "Just go with it," and they were just like sitting in the moonlight. But it was kind of some cheap comedy at a skunk humping a stinky man.
It was 100% like the 90s comedy at its finest, like shitty 90s comedy at its finest.
So, Hank Azaria, is that how you say it? Azaria, said that the cast would argue a lot on the comedic tone of the film. And Ben Stiller said that in an interview he got into an argument with Greg Kinnear to the point where Ben asked to be released off this film. That's how heated their argument got. Thank goodness for us, they both stayed. I feel like this movie could get a part 2 right now and people, I think it would grow interest.
I think it would just call it a reboot.
I don't think so. I think you bring everybody back, everybody who's still with us. I think you bring everybody back in. Yeah, no, yeah. I think, cause, and this, tell me this doesn't seem like a Ben Stiller thing to do right now. Maybe it's more of an Adam Sandler thing to do, but still.
Maybe like a real small cameo from each of them. Or are you saying like kind of like the movie Red, where we just they
well, not Red, because Red was relatively one after another. I'm thinking more like
I just meant more like old ass retired people fighting crime.
well, I mean, they're like in their 50s, is still playing 30-year-olds.
Who's still playing a 30-year-old in that group?
Ben Stiller.
Dog, what's the last thing Ben Stiller's been in?
Let me go check.
Like most recent movie that Ben Stiller's been in.
Ben Stiller was most recently in. He's got a little gray right now. You just blacken it up, and you're good to go. Hold on. There's Dodgeball 2 apparently that's been announced. That we would know. There's some stuff in 2021 and whatnot, but I don't know any of it. I'm trying to think of the last. Oh, Zoolander 2 in 2016.
I think in the first Zoolander, he's playing mid-30s, late early 40s.
Yeah, but that's how Hollywood works, man. How old is Robert? How old is Robert Downey Jr.? How old is Iron Man? They're not the same age. I don't think Iron Man's supposed to be like 50. I think Iron Man's supposed to be like maybe late 30s, early 40s.
But like Robert Downey Jr. can pull it off. Ben Stiller, I feel like looks old.
It's just the gray. I'm sure Robert's got some gray.
Yeah,
He's
right.
dying.
I guess just makeup.
Robert's using some just for men. He's not letting it show right now, but it's in there. I got it. If I got some, he's got some.
You're right.
That's a fact. Any other tidbits for this one that you got?
No. I just enjoyed it. I feel it's a good movie to have in your back pocket of movies you've seen.
Two more things from me. A number of the sets on the film are the same sets from Batman Forever.
Well, thank God.
And the director, Kinka Usher, said he was the director for commercials, and this was his first movie. He said, "I'm going back to commercials. When I'm done with this, I've had enough. I'd much rather do my cool little 1-minute shorts that I make than deal with all this nonsense." And since then has not directed another movie.
Man, he should have been part of the Mario Brothers movie.
At least when he left there, we'd be like, yeah, I get it.
We understand.
What's so funny, I feel like this one wasn't, even then, I mean, I guess I was a different age, even watching it now, I don't feel like it's that bad. Is it the best movie I've ever seen? No, but it might be one of the top Ben Stiller movies I've seen. I'd have to
Here's the thing.
Check myself, but I also still kind of stand by that.
Here's the thing. So the number one films for that year, Patch Adams, Civil Action, Varsity Blues, She's All That, Payback, Message in a Bottle,
Varsity Blues, Jesus.
8mm, Analyze This, Forces of Nature, The Matrix, Life, Entrapment, The Mummy, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
I'm hearing a lot of gold in there.
Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
That one was fine.
Wild Wild West was number one at one point for all of 1 week.
Of course it was.
Big Daddy.
That's too long for Wild Wild West to be number one.
Runaway Bride, The Sixth Sense, Stigmata, Blue Streak, Double Jeopardy, Fight Club. I mean, these are some pretty solid movies that came out.
Blue Streak.
Pokemon, the first movie. The World Is Not Enough. Toy Story 2.
That's not fair, but Pokemon, the first movie, you're guaranteed to sell 2 tickets for the adult and the child. That's fudging numbers. You're not going to
but
take you and your child to see Stigmata.
yeah, but no, I mean, I think that it was a good movie. I think it got a bad rap, and I think that I think that the better move is reboot altogether, and you get new characters and you have fun with it and use the same concept.
Either you continue the story. You imagine seeing the Invisible Boy now?
Here's why. Here's what I want them to do. I want them to give a whole new cast with a whole new set of different people, same concept but different people. And the reason I want this is I want them to use all the people that have played superheroes that did terribly. Like I want a Michael B. Jordan. I get that he did well with Killmonger, but we know he fucked up. I want like a Ryan Reynolds.
There's 4 people right there.
Yeah, there's 4 people there. I don't know the 3. Do you?
That's a strong cast. No, doesn't matter. That's a really strong cast.
Ryan Reynolds.
That's a very expensive.
At the time, I feel like at the time this would have. Well, I guess Ben Stiller was, like you said, he was new. William H. Macy, Paul Rubin might have been expensive.
Yeah.
But I think that they could have fun with it. I think you have people that, played shitty superheroes and didn't do well, and have them come. You know what? Get George Clooney in this bitch.
Okay.
Give him a chance.
But we can't use Ben Stiller, but we can use old ass George Clooney.
Yeah. But yeah, like he just ends up being like a.
Don't get me wrong.
Character.
I understand George Clooney's a bit better shape, but no, man. Okay, so I say that you get your younger team, but that old crew's still rocking. And they're like, oh man, fucking back. My back hurts. I'm getting too old for this shit.
You gotta pull them out of retirement kind of thing.
Same story, different day.
Yeah. For sure.
Or we go Amazon Prime series.
Yeah. Done.
But it might be it. To me, what's so crazy is
Apple TV can get this, and I'll buy Apple TV. How about that?
It's so ahead of its time to me because this is what The Boys is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a PG The Boys.
Yeah. And the main superhero who's actually super fucking terrible.
I stand by that. If Apple TV gets it, I'll buy Apple TV. I'm not happy about it. I have no Apple products, but
you hear that, Apple TV?
That's right.
I don't know what I'll play.
One customer, because you ain't gonna get another fucking customer out of anybody else. Because your service is trash.
They had one thing that I was like, oh, never mind. And then I was done with it.
You never cared. It's like YouTube when they had fucking Cobra Kai, and we watched it for the free part that they let you watch, and then we're like, is it worth it? And then I was stupid and did, but it came to Netflix. But
you got to use it for so many other things, right?
Yeah, right. Nobody else did except for me, so it moved to Netflix. So it's good.
You should write YouTube and ask for your money back.
Right. Hey, bitches, I want my money back. Okay, last question I have for you. Is there a superpower, like a ridiculous superpower, you wish someone would have had?
Oh, it's my alarm. Sorry.
Are you good?
Where is
like
it?
Like a Meg situation in Family Guy where her nails grew really long. Because that's kind of what Casanova was. He just had a sharp fingernail, and he was a mastermind.
Right, where he was super smart.
When he went,
yeah, chased you with it. I don't. Let me think.
I know it's
Did you have one already?
No, I didn't. Something maple syrup involved.
There was already some maple syrup involved.
Waffle Man, or the waffle.
He had the. What did he call it? It was a decent pun. I can't think of what it was. Can you think of what it was?
No, I enjoyed Dane Cook randomly being in it.
That was
because that was about the time that he was big.
No, this is far from him being big. Yeah,
I thought he became big like early high school years, and I think that's what. Oh, I guess 2002.
Where were you in 1999, my man?
Middle school, just about to graduate. Elementary school, actually, maybe. Yeah, 2002 is when I went to high school.
Yeah, that's a couple of years difference.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see between Mystery Man and like his first big thing. Can you remember what his first big thing was? It was just stand up.
Yeah, it was just stand up.
Okay.
Whatever the one where he had the shocker as his like album cover.
He was in the Smash Mouth All Star
Fuck yeah,
video short
because they showed the montage of the the hiring process.
Yeah, no, dog. It's
I guess
the
you
first
go
thing
to
I remember him from is
employee of the month.
Waiting.
Movie wise, yeah, Waiting, and then
But he wasn't
Employee of the
even
Month.
big in that. Yeah, and then Employee of the Month, and then Good Luck Chuck, which was just a porno. That movie was like, like going to town. I was like, all right, damn, this is not what I expected when I decided to watch this movie.
But like a doorman level power is what I needed. Doorman would have been a great example.
Not a doorman power.
Doorman would have been a great example.
I think
I can get you into any door.
I think it's too mystical for that realm.
That's fair.
I need it to be like, let me see. Maybe it's some mechanic themed.
I need someone that can tell you what's going to happen in the next 5 seconds. So like
I need the other Jim. I need the one that can tell me what happened 5 seconds ago.
I want it to be like 5 seconds. Like you can see what's going to happen 5 seconds from now. Kind of like a Galaxy Quest situation where it's like you can go back in time 15 seconds. What would you do? But like, because it's pretty useless, right? But like at one point, they might miraculously see that they chose the wrong thing and choose something different or something. Can we just have had an odd job? Like a guy that just threw his hat and it hurt people.
Yeah, just like a guy who doesn't speak and just throws that around. Maybe he's got a pocket full of rocks. He just flings them at you.
He just has oddly good accuracy, but not perfect. Like oddly good.
If I throw 5 at one time, I'm gonna get it.
4 are gonna hit you. One is a
one's a little off. One's a little off. Last thing I have that I want to bring up, or 2 things. One, Dr. Heller.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he had his hands in his face a lot when he talked, because he couldn't remember his lines, so he wrote them on his hands. And then, lastly, I think the Captain Amazing glasses thing was a great joke.
When William H. Macy's sitting there and he's in the chair and he's got the 2 fucking washers and he's like,
yeah, trying to see it. And I like that Ben Stiller calls it out, and they're like, "That's dumb. No way. He couldn't see then."
The shoveler's like, "Do you know Lance?" He goes, "Yeah, no, that's me." Nah, just fuck with you. He's like, "I've always wanted to do that." And like, it just blows the shoveler's mind.
Yeah, I think it's a great joke. He's like, it's the same person. Like he takes his glasses off when he transforms, but then he can't see. How does that make any sense? And then he brings up again. They're like, "Oh my god, not with this again." Just a good joke, because it's the stupid Superman joke that everybody makes. Like, how could you not tell it's Superman because he fucking puts glasses on?
I mentioned that diner's lit. Like, I would want to just be at that diner at all times. There's some fun people in there. The spleen just randomly shows up.
I'll definitely check that out. Did you know the love interest, Monica?
Yeah, don't remember her name.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Was supposed to have like a bigger part in it, and they're like, "It's fine."
I could see that.
Yeah, right. Because
it was weird. Her forced involvement was weird.
Because she had 0 interest in this man whatsoever, and then she's like, "Yeah, you can walk home."
Yeah, absolutely. She was like, "Oh, you got a Harley. I don't care." And then the next one was like, "Let's ride that bad boy out of this."
Yeah, we're your friends. Like, you don't even fucking give a shit.
You don't know who I am.
I'm not gonna be.
I look like I came from a comic convention. Anyways, let us know what you guys think about Mr. Men if you've seen it before. If you think that it should get a reboot or a sequel, also let us know. Who would you want to be in it? Danny DeVito could make an appearance in a role.
I think it's time for a sequel, baby.
Maybe like the shoveler's dad, and we call him like the
I need to be the little kid grown up. Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be something. But anyways, you guys can reach out to us. Let us know your opinions, your thoughts, and everything else in our social medias. What are those social medias, Cleve?
We have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which are all Friendship Supreme, except Twitter has no I's in the word friendship. All I's typically make it to the YouTube channel. When you go to youtube.com, you search Friendship Supreme, you will find us there. We also have some merchandise that you can look into if you go to twitch.tv/Friendship Supreme. Look at all our fancy merch there. Maybe get you a mug with our faces on it. That'd be cool. I think so. What about you?
A mug with our mugs. Yeah. Anyway, I've been Michael.
This is Cleve, and we've got a blind date with Destiny, and it looks like she's ordering the lobster.